Good afternoon, homespun friends. It is Sherry, and it's great to see you today. I spent the morning taking down all of my Valentine's decor. I went outside, I took down my flag, I went down to my mailbox, I took off the mailbox cover, and I'm starting to replace all of these items with things for spring. I know it's a little bit early for spring for some people. Many of you may be under snow right now where you are, and you're thinking, why is she getting ready for spring? But here in the South, it's been an unusual winter. We have had some cold days. We've had a lot of rain. We had a dusting of snow or two. That's about all we've had so far. We may still have some winter weather to come, but certainly we are seeing signs of spring everywhere. Our jonquils and daffodils are coming out. Our trees are budding. Some people are already cutting grass because the weeds and the onions are growing up and making things look a little tacky around our yards. So we are getting ready for the change of seasons. And it's wonderful each day to see, the daylight expanding a little bit longer each day. That's always encouraging for me because when the night gets really long, it's sort of depressing. We don't get that much sunshine in the winter, but now it's starting to go the other direction and I'm ready for it. And so I wanted to show you some of the items that I'm going to be putting out in my house for springtime. And the scarf that I have on today actually came from the Dollar Tree a couple of years ago. And I don't know how many of you have ever seen the scarves that they have at Dollar Tree, but I bought one for Valentine's Day. It was just a kind of a reddish scarf that had like pink and white and red hearts on it. And I got so many compliments every time I wore it. People want to know, where did you get your Valentine's scarf? And it was a little bit embarrassing to say I got it from the Dollar Tree, but it was a beautiful scarf, and you can get some wonderful things there. If you are over on Facebook, you need to be checking out some of the videos that people are making now with items that they buy exclusively at the Dollar Tree. They're showing you how to take things like even a scarf and make something else out of it. Like you could put this around a grapevine wreath, or you could bunch it up in the middle of a table to make a little tablescape scene. And they're doing a lot of really neat crafts with a lot of the items from Dollar Tree. You might want to check that out because some of it is so appealing to me. I sit there and watch those videos. I'm amazed at the creativity that people have in making these things that they do. I'm going to start out showing you some lights that I purchased a couple years ago from Amazon. Now, I love my lights to plug in. I can burn them around the clock, and I don't have to worry about plugging and unplugging. I just plug them up and leave them, and that's great. But when you're running something on battery operation, you usually have to put it on a timer so you don't burn those batteries out very quickly. This particular set of lights that I'm about to show you has 6 batteries in here, and but they do have some options for you. You can operate them on a 6-hour timer, a 12-hour timer. You can also put them steady on, have them come in waves or blinking or any combination of those things. And so they're beautiful, and they're flowers. And what I'm planning on doing with these flower lights is hanging them all around my beautiful red wooden wagon over here that holds some of my cactus plants. And so these are the beautiful colors of springtime, and I will be hanging them up over there. And I just think they're so pretty. They add a lot, when you have lights in your house. They're very, very nice. Now, my daughter was in another state recently and went to a store that sells everything for $1 down there. And she called me and she said, Mom, I have found some beautiful hand painted wooden eggs. And there's 6 of them for $1. Do you want some? And I said, yes. And so she brought some for herself, a set for her sister, and a set for me. And then she said when she got home, they are so pretty when you get them out of the box. I wish I would have bought every one that they had. But here they are. I haven't opened mine up yet, but I can't wait to do so. They have the pretty greenery and the butterflies on them in the spring colors. And the way my daughter had it set up is she put some flowers in the center of her table with a few other little spring looking items. And then she set these eggs all around her, the middle right there on her table runner, and it was just really pretty how she set it up in her house. I'm gonna do something like that probably here as well. um, I'll show you a couple other Dollar Tree items that I got. I think that one of these might have come from Mighty Dollar, and one came from and Dollar Tree. So these are the 2 dollar stores that I have locally to me. Do all of you have a Mighty Dollar? I think I've heard some people say that they don't have a Mighty Dollar where they are, but hopefully you'll get one because they have a lot of really great things. I love this pretty sign on a ribbon that I had found a couple years ago. It says Easter greetings, and it has the chicks. and it's a little wooden sign that I love to hang up, and it's so pretty to see that. And then also this year, I haven't even opened this up yet. When I was at Mighty Dollar the first week in January, I found this in a bin. They were starting to get spring things, and you know how it is. If you don't buy something when you first see it, it will get gone. Especially if I want it. If I want it, it's going to be gone if I don't get it today. So I did get one, and I'm really glad because when my daughters went back down there to get one, they didn't have one. I should have thought about getting them one, but I do love this cute little sign. It's like a little wooden box sign, and it says Welcome Spring with the carrot on there. I think that's beautiful. Now, one thing I try to do when uh, spring comes along, and we have a lot of things with like chicks and eggs and bunnies and all of that, and I do enjoy those things because to me they just speak spring and new life, and it's very exciting. But I always try to focus on the Easter season as being a time where we celebrate the death and resurrection of Jesus, and I try to incorporate um, crosses into my decor around the house. And I have some special ones that I've had over the years that I put out. And whenever I see them in my mind, I immediately go to Resurrection Sunday and our celebration of Jesus. And so I'll show you a few of these items that I always put out in the springtime, and then in the summer I usually take them down because these are what the ones that I expressly use for this season. But I love the colors in this stone. It is so pretty. It has a hanger back here, and it came from like a Bible bookstore, and they were having a clearance when I found this. And I love these beautiful colors, and I usually put this on a plate stand, and it always looks nice. And then there's this cross that also hangs. I think this one might have come from one of the Family Dollar stores. I love the size of it. It's a pretty big cross, but it's not extremely heavy, and it has the beautiful spring flowers. And I typically hang this on the door to my pie safe. My door to my pie safe stands open, and I hang it up on there. And then this is one of my favorites, and I've had it for a long time. I've probably had this, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 years because it was only $2 when I bought it. There's the sign on it. I got it from Family Dollar. And I love this beautiful cross. It's not extremely heavy. And I love these flowers. These just, this is just Easter to me. And I think about all that Christ did. And through his sacrifice, we have new life. We have joy. We're able to have this abundance that we celebrate in springtime. And so this is this is Resurrection Sunday to me when I see it. This will go up in my house as well. It's been up in my house every season since I bought it for the the Easter season. Now over on my I know that I don't know if you can see it back through here in the back. Let's see. How do I get my finger to go that direction? Right there. That little cabinet that you see right there next to that plant is actually um, is a Victrola record player. It's one of those antiques that you would crank, and the record player spins and it plays the old records. And that Victrola stand right there, I typically put decor items on it for each little season that passes along. And right over that, in between two windows, is a pretty space where I'll put up a wreath, or I'll put up something that I've cross stitched or something, to set off that little scene in that area. And so what I will be doing usually at Christmas time, I have a burgundy cloth that drapes over the Victrola right there and kind of sets everything off. And I put greenery around there from outside and fix it. You know how you do. As a lady at the house, you want your things to look, like they are pretty and go along with your the season that you're celebrating. And so I thought, what am I going to put up there? I would love to have something that would just stand out a little bit more on that Victrola. And I was trying to think of something that I already had. One year I thought, I just don't want to go and buy something every time I want something. What do I have already that I could use? And I happened to think in the back of my mind that I had bought some fabric one time. I was going to make a craft project and I never did it. And it was perfect for that particular area. And so now I use this kind of as a little table runner going across, all the way across the top of that Victrola. And it looks like this. It's this kind of fabric. I love it because it's very springy. As you can see, it's got the green checks there, and got the little butterflies and the eggs and the flowers, and it's very very pretty. This green gingham with these pretty spring items on it. And so I just sit this across that Victrola, almost like a little tablecloth or a table runner, and I have a beautiful lantern that lights up that has a spring colored lights inside of it. I put that up as well, and that will be something that I'm getting ready to put out, and I can't wait to see it. I love that in the evenings when I have the real pretty pastel lights and I can look out and see those through the house. That is very exciting. And then a few other little towels that I've gotten. A couple springs ago, I was, a matter of fact, it might have been like winter. It was kind of one of those deals where it's almost like winter time and you're not even thinking about spring at the moment. But they had a big bin of these beautiful, I guess you would just call them gauze towels, and they had Happy Spring on them. I'll show them to you. And I'll show you how big they are. They're huge. You almost can make curtains out of these. And so I just thought that was so pretty. I love the colors. The spring, the happy spring is in like a peachy pink kind of color. And it just has the little wreathy circle around there of the greenery and the flowers. And so I bought a couple of these, and I love to put these out in my kitchen in various ways. I've done different things with them over the last couple of years since I bought them. But this year, I'm not sure. I've thought about putting them over my oven. Now I have a wall oven that's inset into the wall, and so I love to change out my little towels on that oven bar. For each little month or two, I try to change them out for whatever is coming along. I had Valentine's towels out hanging on there just yesterday, and so they're down now. And so I might replace with these, but I have something else that I typically use right there, so I have to think. I think last year I might have put these over the back of a couple of chairs that I have in the dining room, and I pressed them with an iron really good and put them over the back of that, and they were pretty. I'll just have to think, what do I want to do with these? But I love these. And I'll show you something else that I have that I bought at Belk Department Store. Now, some of you who are not from here, you may not even know what Belk is, but it's a department store in the mall, and they now and then will throw things on a real clearance. And this $12 little little wooden truck, see the sides of it there, it says, "My heart is full," and I love the colors. And as you can see, I bought this and I thought it was going to be $2.99, and when I got up there, it was like $1.25. So I was really glad that I picked it up. And it has the price on it, $12. Okay, but it matches the colors in this so beautifully, don't you think? I love that. And so over that little ledge, over my oven that's inset in the wall, there's a little ledge right there. And I'm going to sit this up over the top of that, and the towels will hang down on my little oven bar. And then I want to show you the towels that I normally use there this time of the year. I bought them at Hammocks. I can't remember if I bought them last year or year before, but I love these two, and they're in very similar colors because I love these colors for springtime. And it says, "Every bunny's welcome." Isn't she adorable? I love this. I think they are so cute. And they're trimmed at the bottom in that pretty little peachy color. Every bunny's welcome. And it'll go along really well with my little truck of flowers that I have here. So friends, that's some of the items that I'm going to be putting out as these days go forward. I bet you do something similar at your house. I bet you go around and put out a few things. I don't like to do a whole lot because I just don't want to have to put up and take down things, excessive things continuously. But I do love to have hints of the season all around my home. I get really excited when the seasons change because it's fun to know that God has given us this creativity that we can use to make our home warm and comfy for our family, to make it welcoming for our friends, and just to put beauty around. God gave us beauty in the world that He created, and He has given us creativity to put beauty around us. And I feel like when we're able to use that gift that He's given us, then it gives glory back to Him. It gives glory back to Him in all that we do. Friends, it is wonderful to spend a little bit of time with you today chatting about spring, because I know that we're all getting ready for it, and how much fun we're going to have during this time of the year as we celebrate a lot of things. And that includes celebrating Jesus and all that He's done for us. Um, I'm so thankful, and I know you are. Good to see you guys, and can't wait to see you next time. Bye bye.